This is Reatha Butler, broker owner of Ashley Garrett Residential Brokerage, where you can real estate confidently with Reatha. I'm introducing right now the market review for January 6th, specific to Meridian Ranch. Um, and I feel it's important for us to keep track of this and pretty much keep track of it real time because it'll allow you, the consumer, to kind of keep pace with the industry. And we'll identify certain trends as trends are changing. We'll be able to identify them by tracking just these basic numbers. And of course, if you have any additional questions of me, definitely feel free to contact me. I'll provide my number here, but 719-200-6940. El Paso County, we're going to start a little bit high. Active properties for the county, active for sale homes for the county are an astonishing 391 homes listed for sale as of this morning. Now that number is constantly changing. There's, so many dynamics to it. It's constantly feeding and updating. But just to see that we're sitting at 391, and as we continue to go ahead and brief on this type of information, you will begin to see the trends. For Meridian Ranch specifically, there are 21 homes in some disposition of being sold. So it's active, meaning that there's no buyers at any point, and there's 15 under contract and pending, which means they should have contracts on them, and people are making their way to the closing. And overall, in the last 30 days, we had 16 homes that have sold. Another astonishing trend is that we have an average of 4 days on the market. And so when you think about an average of 4 days on the market, the other statistic is to realize we have less than 2 weeks of inventory on the market, meaning if nothing were to happen and all these houses had to be conveyed and sold, in less than 2 weeks, we would empty out our market. And I think it's going to be a little bit shorter 2 weeks given that number that we saw at first, but average 4 days. Average listing price, $450,000 for Meridian specifically. A nice number to consider here. And then average sales price, $472. So when you look at that average sales price, one thing to note is as I've been tracking this as tracking that period, we've hovered between 470 and 480, 470 and 480. And that number changes constantly depending on what has closed. What does all this mean to you? What we really are saying is you'll see it highlighted right here under the market action index at 67. That is a pretty strong market. If you look at today, we're at about 67. Then you look at last month, we were, you look at last month, we were about 71, and today we're at about 67. A strong seller's market is anticipated by analysts that this will continue definitely through the first quarter. With the trends that we have, pretty much low inventory is going to be a signature of this first quarter. So if you have a desire to have a report like this specific for your interest, your zip code, and then an enhanced report for your actual property, just give me a call. Just text me, or you can email me at my name, Reatha, Reatha, at reathabutler.com, and I will go ahead and prepare it for you. But what does it all mean? It means that if you're looking to sell, this is really the ideal time to do it. Some of the trends that we see are low inventory. The supply is low, the demand is high, and we all know that fundamental economic principle. Interest rates are low. Buyers are in the market because they have more buying power. And what we're seeing with some of the trends with the appreciation in home prices, we are getting to a point to a greater extent. We've always been treading in this area about home affordability. So at some point, the market will have to correct itself to allow consumers to purchase and to move this economy forward. But that's just something right now we're not anticipating seeing for the at least this current quarter. Offers coming in above asking. Just had a conversation with one of my peers. $30,000 above asking was the offer. As a accredited buyer's representative here, as well as marketing homes for sellers, to have a buyer walk in and pay $30,000 over the asking price is kind of puts you like in cardiac zone, right? Because when you think about it, if you're a buyer listening to this, when you pay so much above market, you're basically giving your future equity, a portion of your future equity, away to the sellers. But in certain ways, that's how people are going to compete. And there's a few little practices that you have to be concerned about when you're overbidding a property. So, increased equity positions for the seller. Cash for your next home is right in the home you're sitting in. So, if you're concerned about, well, if I come out of this home to go buy another home that suits my needs, the top ones are office space or maybe space for the children to study or more outdoor land because you really want them to be, want to have that freedom. Right now, your home is carrying a lot more equity than we could have even projected year upon year. So we've stayed about 3 and 5% increase, sometimes up to 6.5, 7% annual appreciation. You are in double digit appreciation right now. So pretty much that cash that you have in your home is going to suit you well. And then you marry that with the benefits from lower interest rates, and you really got a good equation there, right? So once again, I've already mentioned the double digit appreciation. I would just like to encourage home ownership and home equity builds wealth. And this is what you're seeing. So if you have equity in your home and your home has appreciated and you have a vision to move someplace else, this is a time to maybe take that money that would not typically be there. It can easily go away. The market can easily correct itself and restabilize. Just like you have stocks that, on a balance sheet, you basically turn around and you may have to discount them for 20% just to kind of address any uncertainties of the market. Home ownership and home equity builds wealth. So if you're looking to sell a home in this near future, this will be the time to do it. Take that appreciation, pay off debt, or put a substantial down payment on your next home so you can keep your monthly payments relatively the same. Put money aside for college if that's something you want to do. But this is the time. This is where you demonstrate your wealth building capability through your home. I'm here to help. What's my home worth? Ask me that question. I will get that information for you. What can I expect to walk away with if I sell? I can answer that question a little bit deeper for us, but we're going to have to talk if you want me to answer that question for you. What do I need to prepare my home to sell? I'm the expert, so pretty much feel comfortable to call me on any situation. Send me pictures. Reatha, what will you do to get my home sold? That's a presentation, a conversation that I would love to have with you, whether you're looking to sell now or in the future. Let's just have this conversation. And I can answer any of these questions with no obligation. I'm available in person. I'm in person, of course, COVID protocols followed to the T. I'm available via Zoom and Google Meeting. You can call or text me. We can just have one of those traditional conversations, right? So I'm here for you. Until next time, Reatha Butler, broker owner of Ashley Garrett Residential, looking forward to serving you in this 2021. This is the real deal. Anything that I can help you with, and I truly believe you truly deserve to save money and get the very best marketing when you sell your home. That's why you want to work with me. So I look forward to meeting you at some point. Take care.